This is very important statement from the National Burma Action Committee, New York, NBACNY, New York. I'm President Dr. Chotai. Dear members, friends, Burmese people, and kind international leaders and community, First Lady Laura Bush and President Bush, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, French government, and etc., etc. Allow me to express my gratitude for your sympathy and your kind offering to aid the Burmese people who are victims of the Cyclone Nargis that hit Burma on May 3, 2008. So far, the limited information that we have received due to the lack of freedom of press and communication system in our country has resulted in ability to know exactly how many people have died or of any news of our loved one. However, as the war watch and what has already been reported, the numbers of death has been estimated more than 100,000 over. There is the much suffering caused by this disaster in country where its people are already under pain from the different kinds of the tortures in a legitimate government. This is really a great tragedy in our history of the world, and in the history of humanity. There is much to consider in the aftermath of the catastrophe. The number of the lives lost can be expected to rise due to the shortage of food, shelter, and from illness that will inevitably follow. We foresee major health risks where the many homeless people with no shelter, we get the cold, harsh living condition that will have attached to them serious health problems such as pneumonia and respiratory problems. In addition to this, the lack of food will result in poor nutrition, and with no clean drinking water may cause the GI trouble and the fatal complications. This is major public health danger along with the other possible infection, thus making this a disaster that stretch far beyond the acute effects of the torrential rains and the winds of the cyclone. Therefore, it is imperative that the people of Burma receive the aid that the global community is reaching out with. They need shelter, healthy housing, clothes, clean water, healthy food, and medicine, including immunization and pest control, with much needed urgent relief measure with careful implementation of the post-crisis management. This critical catastrophe is the main concern of the humanitarian effort put forth by the kind international countries. I implore for further help for the victims and request everyone, national, international, to assist in any way for the victims. This comes back to the very dictators that have claimed Burma as a prison for their own people. In order for the aid to reach the people who are suffering, these tyrants must be overpowered, since they have already shown rejection of the help from the many countries, including the United States. It is important to remember that providing aid to our people will require careful supervision in order for all money, supply, and efforts for relief to go to the people, and just signing over the check to the country's self-imposed rulers, which undoubtedly will not benefit those who are suffering, but will instead end up in the illegitimate government's pockets. It is important to also remember that in the country where outside resource and contacts are much limited and people are oppressed, and where media is controlled very tightly by the rulers, we should not trust all the news from them. Please note that all the image shown on the news channel here, there's many military personnel shown in uniform helping and cleaning up and working and no other image without dams are released. This should and must be taken as the propaganda that has been carefully crafted to the misinformed relief. The government's beings, there are the citizens. To the military rulers, you should show sympathy to our people who are suffering by allowing immediate and extended long-term relief effort as quick as possible by providing local assistance and letting in the global help from the other countries. Blocking this aid will lead to many more people dying and will surely increase the number of casualties from this already astronomical loss that our country has gone through. Continuing to reject help will be the same thing as killing the citizen and should be viewed as a criminal acts of the cruelty. I'm stating that you show concerns for our people. You show sympathy for our people to save the lives of those that can be saved with timely relief, to allow international help and give it directly to the victims of our people. At this time, I would like to ask the United Nations to stand strong as the guardian of all the nations, to place increased pressure on the military dictators to allow the international aid, and even if resisted, to overrule their opposition and provide the much-needed relief in Burma. I am deeply demanding that the military junta accept international aid, also once again for United Nations to take immediate military action for the humanitarian cause of saving millions of lives in Burma from the military juntas. You can see the statement in our organization website, www.nbacny.org, www.nbacny.org. And you can send me email drthai@msn.com. And anything you want to provide, your information, your donation, and everything, you can contact me, Dr. Thai, President, NBACNY, nbacny.org, and Dr. Thai at msn.com. Thank you very much.